energy of my nerves have been getting the best of me. This is somebody that is eagerly anticipating the next time that they see you because they know everything is going to be different. This is something where this person has been deep within a process of soul searching. They are very certain that they want to make their intentions to you clear and direct. They don't want to hide their feelings anymore. They have a lot of interest in exploring something more between the two of you. And it feels like this may be somebody that wants an in-person meeting. They have something that they have to say that it almost feels like this will be better if I can like look into your eyes, if I can see you face to face and express something, so that even if the words don't come out right and you are able to kind of sense the nervousness, read my body language, and the ways in which they may be like their heart's pounding and they're sweating and they're kind of just, the words are like tumbling out, that there's a hope that you will understand that that energy is not kind of the tension of uncertainty, but instead really reflects the importance of whatever it is that they have to say to you, so that even if it's something as simple as like, I'd like to see you again, what are you doing, do you want to go out, can I have your number, or here's my number, something like that, that you understand that it's attached to again, like these deeper feelings that have developed, this big anticipation of kind of like a next step forward, and then the step beyond that, and the one beyond that. This person's thinking like big picture context at this particular point in time, not just I want to get up close and personal to sort of see, is there any chemistry, is there any potential between the two of us. It feels like whatever your dynamic has been up to this point, it has already satisfied that curiosity within them. They are certain that, like, yes, approaching you, spending more time with you face to face, very directly, that this is something that is not only like an inevitable next step, but a desired next step. There's no more reason to wait. There's no more reason to kind of like sit and think about things. They are very certain that they want to invest in working with you to strengthen your connection, to build trust, and to express all of this kind of like joy that they feel at the idea of something more developing between the two of you. We also have, I'm planning to surprise you. Yeah, so again, this is somebody that's looking forward to the next time that they see you, maybe even the next time that they talk to you, and like, yeah, I'd like to meet up with you face to face. I'd like to get together. It feels like, though, for a lot of you, this is somebody that they want to step beyond kind of that distanced communication. They want to have something real. They want to go out on a date. They want to hang out more. They want to make your get-togethers like a regular thing, whatever that looks like. And it feels like this is something that is going to come in a very unexpected way towards you, that you might have thought like, yeah, they're comfortable with where things are, or you yourself might have been like, yeah, I'm really good with where things are at this point with us. I'm not trying to rush things, because good things take time, good things come to those who wait. You've been in like prime receptive mode where you're just sort of trusting the organic development progression of this connection. And so this may come in a lot sooner than you had anticipated. You're kind of like, wow, okay, they're really ready. They're really certain. They are taking the initiative and the lead in a way that almost might make you feel like, oh, I wasn't really prepared for this. I got to get ready really quickly. Something that was kind of like a sort of a desired outcome, or, like what you thought maybe would inevitably kind of happen, or you're hoping would sort of happen between the two of you. And it's like, wow, okay, that manifestation came in. I really did align with that. I've been operating along that kind of principle of the law of assumption, sort of acting as if and it shall be. And here it is. It's come to pass. This person and I are on the same page. They want the same thing as I want. And so this is something that feels like that is going to redirect your focus very quickly in terms of like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now there is clarity and truth where there was only sort of suggestion or, innuendo, or like those feelings kept very hidden inside, very bottled up inside. We also have, I know more than you think. So this person knows that you're like really into them, and they want you to know that they're really into you as well. This is somebody that does not want you to think that they are uncertain, that they're just like sitting on the fence, waiting to see how things play out. They have done enough of that soul searching, and they know that it's like there is no time like the present to make those intentions known, to make those feelings known, to have some more like face-to-face direct interaction with one another, because it almost almost feels like in order to sort of build to the next level of what's possible, to reach that next level of what's possible, it requires having those elements of like eye contact, body language, posture, breathing in one another's pheromones, being in the warmth of the presence of one another so your auras can touch as you are building this kind of verbal bridge between the two of you. This is somebody that wants to hold your hand. They want to kiss you. They want to hug you. They want to hold you close. And there's a sense of like, we can't get to all those things unless I do something now in order to, kind of cross that threshold between the two of us. This sort of line in the sand that has been drawn where we've each been sort of standing there, looking towards the one another with this energy of curiosity, with this energy of like, okay, let me reflect on these interactions that we've had. Let me sit and think about this. Let me really ready myself in order to move forth with confidence into the next experience. And this is somebody who feels like there's no time like the present. Yes, they're nervous as hell, but at the same point in time, it's like, I don't say something, if I don't do something, I don't want to risk like missing an opportunity with you. We also have, I do think about the future, and when I do, I think about you in it. Yes, this is definitely somebody that sees long-term potential between the two of you. It feels like they don't necessarily want to say date to marry, but that's the mindset that they are like in at this point in their life. And so it's like, well, we better start dating in order for this to factor in and fit into that concept of like date to marry. That there's so much more that they want to get to know about you and experience about you, so much more about themselves that they want you to get to know and want you to get to experience. And that's not going to happen just kind of like interacting as you've been interacting up to this point in time. So this is definitely somebody that is very serious. They're very serious about their intentions. This is not somebody that just wants to like waste your time, test out the waters. This is not somebody that just wants to get in close for a little peek and then sort of scurry away again. This is somebody that has spent a long time thinking about this. They have thought, am I ready for what happens next? Am I ready to take a next step forward? And possibly, this turns into long-term relationship. This is somebody that has even asked themselves, like, maybe this is the person I'm going to marry. They have asked themselves that question literally. Have I just met the person that I'm going to marry? Is this the person I'm going to grow old with? Is this the person I'm going to spend my life with? Is this going to be the greatest love of my life? The last love of my life? The one that kind of outshines all other loves of my life? So this is definitely somebody that thinks in terms of very big feelings, very big possibilities, but they recognize that you are at where you are at with one another. And so there is a need to kind of take those steps forward very conscientiously, very immediately, and with the certainty of like, they're just going to be natural. They're going to be try to be as like composed as possible. But at the same point in time, they are hoping that there are little sort of indicators to you that this isn't just somebody who's coming in, totally like stone faced and like, yes, I'm just going to lead this connection forward. They're hoping that you're able to like see that nervousness so that you understand there's like authentic interest. They are a little bit intimidated by you, by your energy, by your presence, by your beauty, by who you are and the person, the effect that you have on them as a person, like who you are as a person and how that affects them as a person. And they don't want to hide that. This is somebody that may have been kind of like holding back a little bit, like, okay, let me just compose myself a little bit. And it's like every time that they sort of get to this place of feeling like, yeah, okay, I can move forth and kind of just keep those emotions hidden, that all unravels when they get right to that brink, kind of like reaching out, or the days are numbered in terms of like, I know I'm going to see you, I know we're going to be in close proximity to one another, I know there's a chance meeting and an encounter that is possible or that I'm going to make happen. And so this is somebody that is kind of deferring to that natural approach. If it comes out, as scripted, if it comes out right, if it comes out in a way that is very composed, great, wonderful, that's how it was meant to be. If they have all kind of the details sort of mapped out in their mind and, then they are confronted with you and they go blank and, they have to just kind of like improvise, then so be it. If they start to lead with confidence and they stumble, well, then that is something that will just reveal to you a little bit of how they are kind of like quivering inside for you at the idea of like what more can happen, what more could develop. And idea that you could be that kind of like great love, that lasting love, potentially that future spouse, that is something that fills them with excitement, not butterflies in terms of like, you know, toxicity or something that would be kind of like a potential red flag. But this is something that it's like, yeah, maybe my single days are over. Maybe my search for that long-term true companion has sort of reached its conclusion because I found you. Maybe a version of me will come to the surface and a version of you will come to the surface because we have finally connected. Maybe we are each the one the other has been searching for all along. We also have just know I am obsessed with you. Yeah, so this person's definitely like overthinking that next conversation, overthinking, you know, kind of all the details of sort of like what'll happen when I see you. Am I going to see you? What if I sort of build this up in my mind and then I don't see you at all? You know, what if we miss one another? It's like two ships passing in the night. There's a lot of, again, like nervous tension that is kind of getting this person like in the right sort of frame of mind or the right energy to not hesitate to take action, even to just kind of like step up, and the most they can say is hi. And, you know, that may be all they're able to do, but something that just kind of like bridges that distance between the two of you, presents themselves to you in a way that's like, yeah, I'm thinking about you. I'm wanting up close and personal interactions with you. I'm open to this. I am excited about this. I am leaning into these feelings. I'm leaning into this connection. I'm not holding back. I'm not pulling away. I'm not going to run. I am trying to move forward towards you in the best ways that I can. And I'm trying to think of new ways in order to come very creatively towards you so that we can figure this out between the two of us. We can figure out how we get this kind of love experience up and running so that we are able to both participate in a way that is deeply satisfying and fulfilling to one another in whatever the experiences are that we can have with one another in kind of the weeks, months, and years to come. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.